Atlantic Ocean, upon me hills, so for country, to educate, elevate, and promote. Yeah, focus on Liberia, for Liberia, Liberia, for Liberia, yeah. From Monday to Sunday. From Monday to Sunday, it's focused on Liberia. Talk about home affairs, in diaspora, current affairs, reliable information. Education, entertainment, business, sports, advertisement.
At Focus on Liberia, we discuss everything Liberia, from education to politics, arts and culture, entertainment, agriculture, history, religion, family, and technology. Focus on Liberia uncovers and showcases the best of Liberia and shows the world the truth about Liberia. We educate, elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We conduct interviews, panel discussions, debates, and more. Tune in to Focus on Liberia on Facebook and YouTube and be a part of the stories that make up the news.
This is Focus on Liberia, and I am Dennis Jah.
And I am Anthony Sie, and a pleasant welcome to Focus on Liberia, where we educate, we elevate, and promote all things Liberia. We have a very special edition. We have a community of people here with us from the Liberian Episcopal community. They are Episcopalian, and they are together, and they are Liberians, and they are here for us to talk about something very special. So let us get to it. And I can't welcome you enough to Focus on Liberia. Tonight, we turn our attention to a gathering that means more than a calendar event. It is a statement of identity, community, and purpose. The Liberian Episcopal Community Gathering 2026 is set for April 10th through the 12th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And for Liberians across the United States and beyond, it represents something larger than just logistic. It is a moment to fellowship together, to reconnect, and to deliberate. Also, to reaffirm what it means to be a member of the Liberian Episcopal community in the diaspora. Joining us tonight are three leaders of that community. Let us welcome Lady Elfrida, who is the chairlady for the LECUSA Convention 2026. Lady Elfrida, welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm doing well, and thanks for having me on this evening. I appreciate it.
All right. In the house, seated, comfortable, and smiling, is Reverend James N. Wilson. He is the current president of the Liberian Episcopal Community USA. Reverend in Liberia, we say, man of God, welcome. How you doing?
Oh, thank you, sir. I appreciate this. Thank you. I'm doing okay. And how you doing?
I'm doing well. And I understand you are in Minnesota as I am. Is that true, Reverend?
I'm right here in Rochester, Minnesota, and you are in St. Paul. Is that correct?
That is correct. And the good thing is that I'm not feeling cold. I'm feeling the heat.
Yeah, Minnesota is warming up now. That's good.
It's warming up, which is a good thing. I know Mr. Walker Cover want to, say you guys are going through something, but no, we are warm. All right, let me also welcome Mr. Walker Kobe. who is the president for the Tri-State chapter, I hope I'm right, of the LEC USA.
Lekusa, call it Lekusa.
The Lekusa. He's
Yeah.
the president of Lekusa. He occupies a consequential position. BK, I will call you BK. How you doing, sir? Welcome.
I'm good. I'm very fine. It's a pleasure being here, and I hope we have a very fruitful discussion where we'll be able to maybe educate most of our folks that stay on the fence. Probably after this discussion, they will finally make up their mind to join us. Thank you very much.
I hope I'm not one of those on the fence.
It just might be. Who knows?
That just might be. All right. To our listeners across the globe, we want to welcome you to this very interesting and important discussion in our community about the Liberian Episcopal community. The convention is upcoming, and we are here to talk about everything about this event. Let us get started here quickly. Reverend Wilson, let's start with you, Ian. Let us begin with the foundation of this community, this institution. For Liberians who are watching tonight and who may not be familiar with the Liberian Episcopal Community USA and its chapters, can you explain what this community is, how it's organized, and what it stands for in the diaspora?
Thank you so much, Sonny Siet, my brother, for this wonderful program that you are hosting for us. The Liberian Episcopal Community, Lekusa. For those of you who are Episcopalians out there who are listening to this program, we are here for you. We are all Liberian Episcopalians from Liberia. It all started prior to 1989 when a lot of people left Liberia because of the conflict. And then some people came in 1990. And so we have a huge Liberian Episcopal community in the United States. Liberian Episcopalians in the United States, across the United States. So it was 2005 when the late Reverend Father Emmanuel David Johnson came to Minnesota to attend the convention of the B.W. Harris Episcopal High Alumni Association. And my wife and I hosted him in Minnesota at our house. And he came to me and asked me, when I picked him up at the airport, he said, I have some work for you to do in Grable. He spoke to me in Grable because I'm Grable and he was Grable. He said, I have some work for you to do. I said, okay. In the presence of Reverend Father Buru Shannon. He also passed away. And so when we got home, he brought his diary and opened the diary. And he said, this weekend, I want you to prepare for us a convention of the Liberian Episcopal clergy in the United States. And I want us to have a convention or a gathering in Ashburn, Virginia. So he said, I have asked so many people and I was not able to get help. And so I came to you to help. I said, okay. As I promised you, I said, consider it done. It will be done before you get out of here.
Okay.
So I grabbed my laptop. That Friday night, I offered him some juice and different things. And so while they were eating, I was on my laptop doing some work. And so, in a sense, 2005, that's when Lekusa began to formulate itself through the dream of Father Emmanuel Johnson. And so my role was to send out invitations to all the clergy, all the Liberian Episcopal clergy in the United States, which I did. And by the year 2006, we gathered in Ashburn, Virginia, to form this organization. So we formed the organization. We elected leaders, and I was elected as the first first chairman at that time. We're using the title chairman, not president. I was elected the first chairman. And my role was to lay the foundation for the organization that was in the making. So I created the website, I created the WhatsApp, I created the name itself, LECUSA. I created a name, Liberian Episcopal Community in the USA. LECUSA, I created a name. And so, and also the bylaws, I did a draft of the first bylaws. And so we used the draft of the bylaws to do the, to register the organization, nonprofit as a nonprofit organization. I did all of this in 2 years, from 2006 and 2008. And then I stepped down. Involuntarily, I stepped down. And so they elected the guy who was next to me, Father Merchant. He took over the organization. So the organization started from 2005, 2006. You know, I call it Minnesota Baby because it started from Minnesota. So it's coincidentally, we're holding this conference right here when we are in Minnesota, you and I.
Okay.
And so this organization was formed, and the goal, the mission of the organization is twofold. One, to reach out to Liberian Episcopalians in the United States, and two, to give back to the Episcopal Church of Liberia, our home diocese. So that's a twofold mission of LECUSA, and LECUSA has been in existence since 2005. It's now 21 years. This is our 21st anniversary. We'll be meeting in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. LECUSA expanded over the years. We have about six chapters now. The LECUSA Tri-State is the youngest chapter. We have additional 5 chapters. The first chapter that was formed was the chapter in Minnesota, LECUSA, Minnesota. After Minnesota, LECUSA, Georgia was formed. After LECUSA, Georgia, LECUSA DMV was formed. Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia. It's a tri-state too. 3 states came together that was formed. After that, then LECUSA Rhode Island was formed, of which Lefrida is a secretary. Lefrida is a secretary. It was formed. And after that, then we came to Tri-State. We formed Tri-State. And Tri-State, the youngest baby now, is going to host us. Hosting the convention, will be going there. There is another chapter that we are trying to form called the Liberian, the Carolinas of Liberian Episcopalians, comprising North and South Carolina. So that's the next chapter coming up. So we are spreading our wings, growing and growing and growing. This is our 21st anniversary we'll be having. So we are a nonprofit organization, a faith-based nonprofit organization comprising Liberian Episcopalians from the United States residing in Liberian Episcopalians from Liberia residing in the United States. So we are spreading, we are encouraging Liberian Episcopalians who may listen to this broadcast to come and join us wherever you are. We have Facebook page, we have WhatsApp as a means of communicating with our members. I am delighted to be here tonight, and thanks so much for this forum.
Reverend Wilson, thank you so much. Let me get to Mr. Waka Kobe. Mr. Kobe, now there is another tri-state, and you happen to be the president of the tri-state of LECUSA. What are the states that made the tri-state that you are president for?
Well, thank you. The states that came together to form the tri-states include Pennsylvania, where I am, New Jersey, and Delaware. We, like Father said, we actually are the newest chapter right now, but before we became the tri-state, we have Pennsylvania standing alone, which was a chapter, but we had some problems, and we took our concern to a convention where we we asked about it to help us incorporate the two adjacent states that are next to us, and successfully we were able to have that done, and that it was a very clever thing to have done, because the merger did not only make us a strong body, but it gave us a boost in terms of membership.
Yes,
And
sir.
right now the momentum is there. People are responding, I mean, unimaginably. So
That's
we are we are very happy that we took that decision, and we are preparing to host this thing, perhaps to make it one of the most successful.
Thank you. And you are the newest kid on the block. When you are new on the block, your energy level can be in the roof. And now
That's certainly so.
yeah, you have a huge responsibility now of hosting this convention. Talk to us in terms of preparation, because I believe that the fact that you are hosting, there are a lot of works you must be doing. Where are you with all that preparation right now?
To be very honest with you, I'm just the head, but there are several other people behind me that are very strong, who have already gone to work. I think we are like 70%, ready. So we are we're trying to work on the next 30% right now. We have successfully organized most of the activities. We have got the event locations all organized. So right now we are trying to complete the various committees that are going to be in charge of the various events. Those that will be in charge, like food, entertainment, and hospitality.
All right. Thank you, BK. Lady Afrida, you are the chairleader for Likusa Convention 2026. All the administrative stuff rests on your shoulders. Talk to us. How far are we with the preparation?
Well, again, I would say thank you, Mr. Anthony, for having us here this evening. And yes, indeed, it is a big responsibility that I took on, and I'm pleased to have it to be a part of this. We started about 11 months ago when I was asked to chair this convention, and I accepted because I knew I could do it. And because of what the Episcopal Diocese of Liberia has given me, I'm in the position now to give back to the Episcopal Diocese. And planning this committee, we have worked very hard with the tri-state to make sure everything is in place. We have the location reserved, we have the churches reserved, and we have our members registering, which we are encouraging all of them to go online, register, pay your dues. And as I said earlier, this is an election year. We are going to go into election, and I'm encouraging people to go into the chat room, voice their opinions, register to vote, and go online, be present to have your voices heard. So I'm encouraging everyone to do that. We are, as Mr. Kirby said, 70% ready in that tri-state, but nationally we are about 90% ready to host this convention. And by the next week or so, we are going to be ready full force, having everybody registered, pay their dues, and ready to get in full swing to have our meet with our brothers and sisters in Pennsylvania.
Lady Frida, something you said that piqued my interest. You said you are ready to give back to the Episcopal Church and all Episcopalians for giving you something. And this is a question I want the two gentlemen also to contribute to. What did the Episcopal Church give you that is for which you
personally,
turn the favor? Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. For me personally, I was raised in the Episcopal Church. I went to all Episcopal schools, and I gave my credit for where I am today on the Episcopal churches and the schools. I was baptized, confirmed, and I got all my education from the Episcopal Diocese of Liberia. My primary education from Bromley Mission, high school from B.W. Harris, and I graduated Bachelor's of Science from Cotton University at the time. And as I said, they have given me all this. I'm in a position now to give back my time, my talent, and my treasure. So I'm working as hard as I can, whatever I can afford to give back. I'm in a position now to give back to the Episcopal Diocese of Liberia through Linkusa, with which we are working hand in hand.
And Leah, Frida, sometimes, some of us try to dismiss the values that church as an institution will instill in somebody and how far that can go in that person becoming a major contributor to the world community. What values did you learn from the Episcopal Church that the Episcopal Church instilled in you that carry you today?
That's a very good question, and thanks for asking that. Where I am today, as I said, I grew up in the Episcopal Church. They gave me my values of who I am today as a woman, as a Christian, and as a person I want to give back to where I came from. They've given me my primary, secondary, and high-end college education as well. And I'm in a position now that I can give back. My pet peeve right now is actually, if I'm allowed to say it, is Bromley Mission. I am so concerned about Bromley. Bromley has molded me into who I am today. They started the foundation. And if you get a solid foundation, you'll be able to work as hard as you can to give back. So I see the kids that are encouraging to go to school and get the education, because once you have that knowledge, nobody can take it from you. Knowledge is power. And the Episcopal Church and the Episcopal Diocese has given me that knowledge, and I have the power that I can give back to them. I'm going to use it as much as I can in my little weak ways.
And I can see that power. It is manifesting. I saw you got here 15 minutes before time. And so that is evidence of that power and that those values. Reverend Johnson, Warren Wilson, sorry. I don't know where the Wilson Johnson thing coming from.
Father Johnson, I guess. Emmanuel Johnson, the vice founder.
Yeah,
that's where.
Because he mentioned his name earlier. So Reverend Wilson, again, this is an important question for me. I'm one person saying, "Oh, this church thing, right?" But there are really good values that the church can pass on to us as humans, and will take us far. And talk to me. You've been a man of God. What are those values the church has given you that got you standing strong today? Because I can see the energy in you.
Oh yeah, the church has molded me, gave what we call a moral imperative to be who I am today. The church, I was born and raised in Kepamus, Maryland County.
Okay.
And Maryland County is where the Episcopal Church of Liberia started from in 1856.
Okay.
That's where the Episcopal Church started from 1856. When the missionaries, people left from the United States, when slavery was over, and the declaration was signed by President Lincoln to free all slaves. And the American Colonization Society started 1822 to get some of the free slaves from the United States to Liberia, to Africa. They didn't know where they were going. They went through Freetown. They were not accepted, so they went to Kepamus, and they were accepted. And so the Episcopal Church started 1836, 1837 in Kepamus. So my whole life, I have known the Episcopal Church. I went to Episcopal schools and all that. So the Episcopal Church has contributed immensely to my upbringing and to my life for who I am today. So I have known no other church but the Episcopal Church that has given my best. So I have been a priest for 36 years from Kepamus, not from Kepamus, but from Monrovia. I was a rector for St. Thomas Episcopal Church on Camp Johnson Road for years before I came to the States to go to school in 1997. It was after the war when Charles Taylor became president, and I felt I needed some time off. I needed some time off to get out. And so I got a scholarship and came to the States to do my graduate studies at Virginia Theological Seminary in Alexandria. So, but prior to that time, I spent a lot of years at St. Thomas as rector, where I served before I came over here. So I'm deeply passionate about the church, Episcopal Church, because of what they did for me to raise me to this level. So that's why when Father Johnson came and said, I need your help, I said, you should consider it done. And I invested a lot of time. When I started Lekusa, I used my credit card to start Lekusa. I used my social security number to start Lekusa. I used all that cool. Father Johnson said, go ahead, because the goal was to start this organization. And when I look back today, I see this organization growing. I'm happy. And so I became the first chairman, and I later on arrested, and then I came back 2024, I was elected president. So like Joseph Jikin Roberts became the first president of Liberia and the 7th president of Liberia. So I am also the first chairman of Lekusa and the 7th chairman of Lekusa. So Joseph Jikin Roberts and I share the same history. So now my term is over. This coming election, I'll be stepping down, we'll be electing new leaders, and I will have more time to rest. But I've invested a lot to the Episcopal Church in Liberia and here in the United States, where we are right now.
Thank you so very much, Reverend Wilson, for giving back tremendously. And I'm sure as you leave that active role, you will still be providing mentorship because in any case, it's evidence that Episcopal Church is your life. It runs through your blood. That is good. BK, my man, the church. Yeah, you are president for Lekusa, the Tri-State. You know, how did you get to this place? You know, and holding strong with the church.
Yeah, I think I have similar experience with my fellow panelists because I'm from Cape Mount, and you know when the Episcopal Church went to Liberia in the 1800s, like Father said, they noticed that the government, you know, was only centrally located, and they were not extending into the interior. Education was not extended into the interior. Right. So the church, after they moved, when they relocated, because when they established the church in Maryland, and later on in the college. So later on, they moved that college to Bond County, where where it could be centrally located in Liberia. Right. And then when they started there, they decided to make sure that every county, had a high school. And after that, after the high school, they also created satellite, elementary schools in the various localities, like the various district. And it happened that I benefited from one of those, arrangements. Because I'm from a town in Cape Mount called Benaja. Benaja was one of those places that I was selected to have a school. And so the story goes that when they got there, they asked the paramount chief for land, and the paramount chief was able to donate 100 acres of land where St. Philip was built. So that was like in the 1930s. So we have in Cape Mount, you have St. Philip. In Benaja, you have St. Stephen. In Mambo, you have St. Andrew in Baloma. Then they tried to open another school in Bow Waterside called Good Shepherd. That was just before the war. But then those are all elementary schools. Then they opened a high school in Rabosport, which is the county headquarters, called St. John's Episcopal High School. So I started my kindergarten, in fact, at St. Philip in Benaja, in my hometown. So when I was in 4th grade, I left and went to to St. Stephen, which is in Mambo. After I graduated from St. Stephen, I went on to Robertsport to attend St. John's Episcopal High School. So actually, I did all my education up to 12th grade in Grand Cape County. I did not leave the county until I graduated from high school.
Oh, wow.
And after I graduated from high school, I also attempted to go to Cotton, but it wasn't possible. So I had to switch over to the University of Liberia. So that's the only public school that I ever attended in Liberia. So we all have this story and our link to the Episcopal Church of Liberia. So when I came to the States and heard about Lakusa, I decided, look, this is a way to join, to make sure that I will be able to give back to the church that made me who I am. Because had it not been for the Episcopal Church, I don't know whether I'm ever going to be able to go to school, because there wasn't no school up in my area up until they created one.
Yeah.
So that's why I remain grateful to the church, and I decided that, look, I would not only be in America and help the church in Benaja or help the church in Robertsport, that if I join Lakusa and team up with Lakusa, that we will be able to cover a lot of other counties where, that I'm not even from, but at least, because you always try to help people, even though they may not be related to you. But as I went to school on money that none of my relatives ever worked for. It was money that came from benevolent, organization far in America. So as I came to America, I decided to be one of those to provide, the kind of opportunity that I also enjoyed while I was, yet a teenager, and while I was a teenager and willing to, to be able to be provided such an opportunity to go to school to learn and to be in America today, and not only be in America, but to have a job that could earn me a living wage.
Thank you.
So this is the reason why I kept myself stuck up to the church, so that I would be able to provide the same assistance that I enjoyed when I was growing up.
And you see, why I asked the question, we try to build the connection. Live about connecting the dots. Here you are, three of you who were part of the church at a very early age, and the church made a significant impact in your life. And as Reverend Wilson explained, and as BK explained, and also Lady Afrida, you were all the way in Liberia. A group of people who were members of the church went to Liberia as far back as in the 1830s. The church went there, and the church had a responsibility, had a goal, not only to provide education, but also to provide spiritual leadership. And you benefited from that, and you are here, you said, wow, see what they've done. I'm going to do the same thing. And, so this is profound, that you have recognized the contribution the church has made to you. People were in the position you are in now, and they did that for you. And so you say, now I'm in this position, I will do it for others. That is powerful. Because of what you are doing, the church has meaning. And Reverend will tell us, this is truly the teaching of Jesus Christ. Reverend, do you disagree with me? I want to preach and let someone know.
Yeah, I hear your sermon. I almost say hallelujah,
Amen to that. Amen to that, Reverend. So, Reverend, let's get to the convention now.
Let me just say something quickly.
Okay,
you commented on that, and that's why Lakusa is doing all its best to reach out to Liberian Episcopalians, those who went to Benija, Cape Mount High School, those who went to Bromley. We have a huge community of Liberian Episcopalians, but charismatism, those who they think that our church is not warm, is not flexible enough. They want to go to other churches. So they left the Episcopal Church and they go to these self-proclaimed independent churches, But I really give credit to those, like Boaka, like Lady Afrida, who are stuck in the Episcopal Church. and I still going to the Episcopal Church and have not left the Episcopal Church. There are so many Liberians. When I go around, sometimes when I visit some of the independent churches, oh, I'll be coming back. I'll be coming back to my church. I was baptized. The other church here, I went to the place. And we know most of them. We know them from these places. I encourage them come back to the Episcopal Church. If you do not want to go to a special church, come and join Lekusa. From Lekusa, you'll be able to find your way back. So when I hear Bakai's story and I hear Lady Frida's story and my own story, we are returning our gratitude. We are returning our gratitude to the Episcopal Church for all that they did for us.
Yeah.
By doing this, by bringing Liberian Episcopalians in the United States together. And we are not done yet. We want Lekusa to be represented in every state. If 3 states can come together, they can form a chapter, depending on where they are. So those who are listening to this broadcast focus on Liberia, and you are encouraged by what we are saying, our stories and our testimonies, you can find Lekusa on the website, get for Liberian Episcopal Community, and follow us or listen to this broadcast and be part of us. It's very important for us to come together. Every year, Lekusa gives about $8,000 to the church during the convention time.
Oh, wow.
The Episcopal Church just had a convention in Bola Home, the 90th convention in Bola Home. And this group, Lekusa, again gave $8,000 to help with the election and with the convention process to prepare the buildings, because most of the church buildings, Episcopal church buildings, are deplorable and dilapidated, especially churches that are in the rural areas. Because since the conflict, since the Liberian War, a lot of churches were hit and they are now in deplorable condition. And so whenever we give money back, we help the priests who are assigned in those areas. They kind of renovate those places and create spaces of worship. So those are things that we do.
And not only the worship, it's also the education.
Yeah.
Because I think Comrade Jesus taught us to also meet the physical needs of our brothers and sisters. And it's written in the scripture, I know it's in the scripture, Reverend correct me and say, man does not live by bread alone, but by everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
When Jesus was tempted and by devil, he told devil, get from here. You don't know who I am. Man cannot live by bread alone. So those are the institutions of the church. Not only the church, but education. The church prioritized education. You heard Bwaka when he said it. And you heard Lady Frida with Bromley Mission. So you have Cottonwood University. In every county in Liberia, the Episcopal Church was represented with church buildings, with schools, with clinics, and you name it. So we are giving back to the community. But those institutions are now struggling. They are really struggling, including Cottonwood University in Bond County. Yeah, they are now struggling financially. So we're trying to give our support.
Thank you. Let's get to the convention, because the convention is there to do a lot, and there where you put all the resources, the effort, the ideas together to make the work of God, the work of the church, to continue in Liberia. I want to believe. So let's come to you, Lady Elfrida. The community gathering in the diaspora often, risk becoming ceremonial without producing lasting outcomes, right? So my question is, what concrete decisions, commitments, and resolution do you expect this gathering going to generate? And how does Lekusa hold itself accountable to those outcomes after the event so that you can achieve your goals in practical terms? Sorry, I'm excited about this discussion.
That's okay. Thanks again for such a wonderful question. But for Lekusa, we have such high expectations with our membership, and we are looking for 100% participation. Right now, people are registering. They are getting ready for the gathering, and people are excited to attend the gathering. And this is a fundraiser as well for Lekusa to be sustained in order for us to help our Diocese of Liberia. So through the registration and dues paying, and we have another program that is called the Cheerful Giver, which of course I'm also a member of. We are encouraging people to give back. As God gave you, you have to give back in order for other people to benefit from it. So we are sustaining Likusa this way by doing all these fundraisers, having 100% participation, having people give back to Likusa in order for us to be able to give back to the Diocese of Liberia. We have so many things going on during that weekend. We're going to have the meet and greet on Friday, have the registration going as well. Then we're going to have our church service, our welcome church service in the churches in Pennsylvania. And Saturday, we're going to have our business section. Also with fundraisers for items that are going to be sold at this gathering on Saturday. And we're encouraging everybody to come out, support, come out and be ready to spend that extra money that you were saving for your vacation. Come out in order to give back to Likusa. We need to be sustained in order for us to help our Diocese of Liberia. So I know it's going to happen. I have a good faith and a good feeling that we're going to raise a substantial amount this year, and I'm positive about it. Because I'm not only the chairperson of this committee, I'm also a member of the fundraising committee, and we're going to make Saturday night a night to remember with the help of the tri-state members.
Great. And I will follow up with you, Lady Frida. Are there specific activities, projects, and programs that Likusa is funding in Liberia that will make direct impact to not only the church as an institution, the schools, but also to members of the church in Liberia?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm glad you asked that question. Mm-hmm. I'm a proud owner of a for-profit organization. I have my sewing and event decorating business. Mm-hmm. And last few months in December, I had a program doing fundraisers to help myself as well as incorporate an organization within the Episcopal Church of Liberia. Mm-hmm. And I decided to adopt Bromley Mission, which is passionate to me. Okay. And within the last program that I have, we're able to send $1,000 to Bromley Mission to sustain 8 kids for the school year 2025-2026, as well as the Bromley Mission organization, alumni organization, was able to fund $1,825 to sustain the science lab on Bromley Mission. And I'm so grateful that I'm part of these organizations, and I'm passionate that I can give back as much as I can to sustain whatever we can in Liberia, our homeland.
BK, so for someone listening to us, hearing about this convention that your chapter is hosting, and the person said, "But the convention thing, what is it all about? What do they do at this convention? What is the goal of this convention that they having? You know, why have a convention? To do what? What would you say to that person? You know, and maybe the person want to chip in. Maybe the person is on the fence like me, you know, want to come on board."
Yeah, very much. There are several fold for which we host this convention. Normally, number one among those fold is we want to make sure that we can try to connect, you know, with Liberians, especially Liberian Episcopalians in the United States, that we can connect. Number two is to be able to sit together and chat and talk about things that are directly affecting the Republic of Liberia in terms of the church leadership in Liberia. We also have this convention to make sure that we can raise money. That's one of the cardinal reasons we raise money, because without money, you know, nothing works well. So that's one of the main reasons why we host convention, or we are hosting this convention, to raise money, to be able to support a lot of programs that are going on in the diocese and in the various churches, from which we come.
Mhm.
So we are expecting a lot of our folks to be here. Philadelphia is the birthplace of America. So we consider this city to be central,
Mhm.
especially to the Liberian population. The East Coast, people will drive from New York, people will drive from all the other nearby states. It's a driving distance. I mean, just a driving distance. It's not something that will take you maybe 4 or 5 hours. You'll be here from Massachusetts.
Mhm.
So we are expecting a lot of Liberians to be here, and not only to be here, but to come, with their pockets, load them with money to be able to give to the cause that we are all supporting, and that is to be able to raise the church in Liberia up, to make sure that it can come back and be able to be viable, to be able to provide those programs that you were providing prior to the Civil War.
Thank you, Reverend Wilson. The convention. How can people who are not aware now, yet, I mean, what do they need to know so that they can decide to be a part of it? And I don't want anybody to say I don't want to go, but for someone who for some reason may not be able to go, what can you tell them that will make them to be a part of it in some ways?
Oh, thank you. We don't use the word convention. We use the word gathering.
Gathering. Okay, the gathering. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little change of words. That's all.
Yeah.
To make us unique. So we don't use the word convention. We use the word gathering.
The convention, that word is too big. The word gathering
is huge. It's huge. It entails a lot.
Yeah.
And
make some people scared.
Because the word convention. But gathering can be just a little group coming together,
right?
And for relationship building, mutual relationship building, to discuss the purpose for which the Episcopal Church was formed, and as I said earlier, those who left the Episcopal Church for worship differences and their own opinions, to encourage them to come back. So. We are in the hands of Boakai, the April weekend. Our lady, our chair lady, Frida thought, when I asked her to chair this committee, she said, "Why did you ask me? Why me?" I said, "We have observed you to be a planner and organizer, and I know you will make a difference." She said, "Give me time. Let me pray about it." Then I said, "Okay, I know Jesus prayed 40 days and 40 days. I hope that." I hope it's not going to take 40 days and 40 minutes because we're pressed against time. So, and after a short while, she got back to me and said, "Okay, I think I'm ready. I can do that." I said, "Thank you, Lady Frida. I know you can do it." So if she can stand up to say, "I can do this," and the same thing with the Lekusa Tri-State, Boakai, it's a challenge to be a leader in our community. It's a hard thing, to reach out to people and to bring them together. But Boakai took the challenge. I would do it because I didn't want to talk about the past, why Pennsylvania they had a chapter and they didn't work out. I'm glad that he eating more. It came from he eating more. He said, so I didn't want to talk about it. But yeah. The Pennsylvania was formed and a chapter was formed, but for some strange reason, people didn't support it. So it fell apart. But then Boakai, Tom Rowland, all the guys, they said, "Look, we want to do something that will be inclusive, get other states involved." So, okay, that time I was in New Jersey before I moved back to Minnesota. We all jumped on it. And today we have the Tri-State. We have the Lekusa Tri-State. Then last year we met in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, and the Tri-State was there. The youngest who were thinking that, okay, we gave the approval at the convention, at the gathering last year, but then they stood right there and said, "We want to host the 21st gathering." Really? We thought you were going to use the time to put yourself together. I said, "Okay, if you want to host, that's fine." So here we are planning. we're encouraging people who will listen to this broadcast to come and join us because of your Episcopal identity, or because you have a relative who graduated from one of the Episcopal schools, or you have some relatives who benefited from scholarships, from other opportunities that Episcopal Church provided. It is not just the institution, but just the belief that we have in Christ as Christians, and we worship Christ together. So if you benefit, if you want to Cape Mount, you want to other places, and you benefited from Episcopal schools or other institutions, we are encouraging all of you, if you listen to this, to come and join us. April 10th to the 12th, we'll be right there in the heart of Philadelphia. Friday, we gather, Friday, the 10th. Saturday, we have our business meeting. And then later on in the evening, we have the dinner ball. And it's so little, just like $75, everybody has $75 in their pocket, even though we know that things are hard. But if you pay $75, it can take you to the dinner. And you can pay for another friend at just $150. You can pay for another friend, and so it's not just the money. Of course, we are interested in the money to advance the organization, but we're also interested in building relationships with other people, those who will come. Of course, we'll be there, we'll be taking down names, those who are not part of no chapter, but who may be, especially those in the Pennsylvania area. We want them to be part of the tri-state, Pennsylvania, Delaware, New Jersey. We want them to be right there and join this chapter and make it strong. So other Liberian Episcopalians from other states who will be joining us, or those who have no connection at all, we have our roster there. We ask you, please go and write your name. Give us your name, your phone number, everything. We want you to be part of this, So this group is growing, and here we are, my brother, Asone, you have added something new to Lakusa by us having this forum. We have never had this opportunity before. Okay. So don't be surprised that every gathering we ask you, can we come on again to do this? Can you give us some time? This is really good, and thanks for putting this in place.
Yes, that's what Focus on Liberia is all about. We educate, we elevate, and promote all things Liberia, and we are glad to be part of this gathering of the Liberian Episcopal Community, the gathering of 2026. Lady Elfrida, let's talk about all the activities that will be happening at the gathering. What should people expect to see? What responsibilities you expect from them, to make this gathering successful, so that it can not only represent Lakusa, but that Lakusa will be able to extend a strong hand to the motherland.
Well, for starters, we know, as I said, we are going to get 100% participation. People are going to be flying from all different states within the country. And we expect them to be there to meet and greet on Friday evening in Pennsylvania at St. Stephen's Church. Correct me if I'm wrong, Brother Boyka. I'm sorry?
That'll be at St. James.
St. James Church. Yes, we're going to meet at St. James Church for the meet and greet and pre-registration as well. We're going to start our registration process. We're going to do that on Friday evening at 7 p.m. We're going to have the worship service to welcome everybody. Thank God for our safe travels. And on Saturday morning, we're going to start our business session at 8 p.m. After the business session, election going to be held as well. And that evening, Saturday evening, we're going to have our dinner ball with our guest speaker as well. And we're going to have a little pep rally as well. Not only to meet and greet each other, seeing people that we haven't seen in a year or 2 years. We're going to get acquainted with some of the people that we do not know. But most of all, we're going to have this pep rally on Saturday night and asking that everybody come in and give as much as they can give, because the good Lord loveth a cheerful giver. And I've never known anybody that's gone bankrupt for giving back to the churches or giving back what you can give to the church to sustain the church. And as I said, I did a challenge to the members as well, that gathering this year. As a cheerleader, I gave a challenge that the first 50 people that registered and paid their dues will get a gift from me. And this gift might either make you a millionaire or make you just another person. But it's a surprise gift from me to the first 50 people that will register and pay their dues to sustain Linkusa. So I'm encouraging everybody that listening to this program, even visitors, if you want to come for the Saturday night event, as Father Wilson said, it's $75 for visitors. But for our members, we know it's $175. You pay your dues, $100 for regular, $50 for retirees, and registration is $75 across the board. We're asking if each member, if 100 members of Linkusa can give $100, that's $10,000 right there. So we are begging for your support. We are begging for us to get 100% participation, and we're looking forward. I am looking forward to the weekend of April 10th to 12th. I'm getting antsy and anxious, and I'm ready for this.
And Lady Frida, one more thing. How can people access the information? I mean, being part of the program is one way because you are providing all the information. But online now has become a big thing now. Like I know Reverend Wilson mentioned there's a website, and so maybe the name of the site. What other ways people can get to Linkusa?
Right, we have the website as well, and we have the WhatsApp site. I will turn this over to Father Wilson to give us more information on the website where people can go and get all the information that they need for this upcoming gathering. Father Wilson, if you could.
Yeah, we have the information on the Linkusa website. It's called linkusa.net. Linkusa.net. If you go on linkusa.net, it will come up and you will see the website, and the website has the information. If you want to make a donation, where to go to make a donation, either by Zelle, by WhatsApp. I think primarily Zelle. All the information is there. The different activities that we'll be having. Also, if you want to go download, if you have the WhatsApp on your phone and you put a Liberian, they call it National Linkusa. National Linkusa will give you also the WhatsApp page, to kind of see what. We also have a Facebook page. We also have the Facebook page called the Liberian Episcopal Community. It's a Facebook page we have where we share information. Nowadays, a lot of people now trying to go on the Facebook page, and we're trying to restrict them because especially people in Liberia, and other countries is trying to. There's a scam group that created their own international Liberian Episcopal community, and I had to go on Facebook and delete that. Say we do not have international Liberian Episcopal community, because what they were doing, they were using the information to call Liberian Episcopalians in the States and tell them that, Linkusa is having a Zoom meeting and you are invited, just to get people information. So we had to debunk them and get them out of there. But yes, we do have a website, and we do have a Facebook page as well where people can go to get information.
On this flyer as well, you will have the Zelle information as well as PayPal on how you can donate or how you can pay for your package for the weekend.
All right. Thank you. So that is all the time we have for this wonderful discussion. And I can't tell you thank you enough for coming to tell us about the gathering, to talk about the church, the history, how the church impacted you, and how you are stepping on the shoulder of giants who impacted your life to impact the life of others and contributing to the church and the community of Episcopalians. I can't thank you enough. Let's get started here. Let's start with BK. BK, your closing and parting comments in 30 seconds about the convention exclusively.
Yeah, I just want to say to appeal to other Episcopalians that are going to be under our voices, to be, just to be compassionate enough to try to follow us, to help us, achieve this mission of Linkusa, that is to be able to help the folks back home. We all can I know everybody do not have the same ability, but everyone has some ability. And no matter how much you contribute, it's going to be accepted, and God will equally reward you for that. And to quickly go to help Lady Frida, on the 10th of April, we're going to be at 7 o'clock. We're going to be at St. James for the intercessory service. That is immediately people arrive. We're going to have a service there. And then after that service, we're going to go on to St. Michael. St. Michael is like 5 minutes drive from St. James. So there where we're going to have the meet and greet. So after the meet and greet, everybody is going to go home, come back the next morning to start the plenary. That is the business meeting. And then after that ends, maybe like 2:30, 3 o'clock, there'll be a luncheon. And after that, everybody's going to go home, get ready for the dinner, which will be at the Clarion Hotel. And that starts at 7:30. So we got 7:30, between 7:30 and 12 midnight to be out of there. So that is the itinerary. And I want to just thank you also very much for providing this opportunity for us to be able to talk to other Liberians that may not have known about Lakusa. And I'm hoping that they will be able to follow us, or to follow our footsteps, or join or not our footsteps, because we are following the footsteps of those that went before us, that they can join us so that we can make this what it's supposed to be. That is to help Liberia, the diocese in Liberia, get back to its feet. Thank you again.
That was Mr. Waka Kobe, president of the Tri-State Lakusa. Lady Elfrida is the secretary of the Ross Island chapter of Lakusa, and she also happened to be the chairlady for this gathering 2026. They still will not use the word convention. Gathering 2026. Yeah. So, Lady Elfrida, your parting comments, please.
Thank you so much. I just want to thank you for having us here this evening. We appreciate you. We appreciate your platform. And to all the Episcopalians out there that are watching, we invite you to come and celebrate with us. It's for a good cause. We want to raise money, raise awareness. We want for us to come together, be one family, and let's benefit our Episcopal Diocese of Liberia. Again, Mr. Anthony, we want to thank you so much for having us here this evening.
Thank you for coming, Lady Elfrida, and for all the good work you're doing. Reverend James Wilson, you got the final word. You remember the last sermon that Comrade Jesus preached before he could leave us?
Yeah, the farewell, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
The context is that we should love one another, and that's what Jesus told us.
Okay.
We're trying to live that and to promote that and to encourage one another. We want to express our deepest gratitude to you for giving us this opportunity to reach the wider community. Focus on Liberia. We thank you. We thank your staff and everyone for keeping this program going. The theme for this 21st gathering is press forward, never backward. And the theme is precipitated by the situations we immigrants find ourselves in this country. As we speak, there are other immigrants who are in ICE detention, who are Episcopalians, and we know how the situation is impacting African immigrants, all immigrants, black and white. We know how it has impacted the economy. People lost their jobs. So we are encouraging our community, the Liberian Episcopal community, not to give up, but to press forward, never backward. Always keep the focus. So that's the encouragement we have for the Liberian Episcopalians who will be gathering in Philadelphia, and also to all of us. We should do our best to support one another, our families, and sustain ourselves in the midst of difficulties, and all this will come to pass. and will still survive in this country. So that's an encouragement. So again, I want to thank Frida. I want to thank Barkai for all the hard work that we are doing to make this 21st gathering successful. We want to express our deepest gratitude to all the clergy in Philadelphia who are supporting us, also opening their doors to us to come over there to make it successful. For Liberian Episcopalians who are giving their donations, paying their dues and any difficulties, paying their dues and all that, we also want to thank everyone for all that we are doing to make this 21st gathering successful. Now, a focus on Liberia has been added to our list, expressing our gratitude and also promoting Lekusa as well. We express our deepest gratitude. May God bless all of you for all that you do to educate Liberians and to promote Liberian diaspora organizations and to raise awareness that we belong together. We should love our country. That's the only country we have. We should love our country regardless of our differences. We should love Liberia. That's the only country we have, and do all we can to support Liberia. We may politically differ with the leadership, but we should never pick up arms to fight, to do anything to destroy Liberia anymore. But rather, we should all advocate for Liberia and make Liberia successful. If other people will say bad things about Liberia, we Liberians should not say bad things about Liberia, but rather we should support Liberia in our disagreements and support Liberia. So the Episcopal Church is in the midst of all of this because this is one of the founding members of Liberia. So many presidents had connection with the Episcopal Church. So that's why we're doing our best for us to remain together in the United States and hold together to promote this organization and reach out to other people to join us. You have made our day, Asone, by reaching out to us and focus on Liberia. We thank you ever so much, and we'll keep this connection. We don't want to blow it out. We'll keep our time limit, and we'll keep our relationship going. God bless you.
And that brings us to the close of tonight's discussion. What you have heard this evening is a testimony to what Liberian community looks like when it organizes with intention, when faith, leadership, and diaspora responsibility come together in one place. To Boaka, Lady Frida, Reverend Wilson, thank you for your time, your candor, and your dedication to the Episcopal community. The Liberian Episcopal Community Gathering 2026 takes place April 10th through the 12th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We encourage every Liberian within reach to attend, to participate, and to be a part of this great moment. To our audience across Liberia and around the world, thank you for watching, for sharing, and for staying connected to the people and the story that matter the most. I'm Anthony C.A. saying to you bye-bye on behalf of Focus on Liberia. And we will end with our song that says, "We are all Liberians." My future, how should I put it? Future Episcopalians, maybe I will join, I will not join, I don't know yet. But I don't know yet. I know I in trouble with Reverend Wilson. He gonna be calling me, but the first thing he did when he got here was
I will find you. I'll reach out to you.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you and bye-bye. Enjoy the song that says "We are all
Thank
Liberians."
you.
Bye-bye.
Yes, indeed.
We are Liberians. Liberia is our home. Liberian people. Liberia.